Good evening, everybody, and welcome new graduate students to the Seton Hall family. We are so happy to have you with us today. My name is Dr. Monica Burnett, and I am so proud to serve as the Vice President for Student Services. In our division, we focus on areas of wellness and support, safety and security, student engagement, academic success, and campus inclusion and community. I'm honored to be the moderator today. Thank you also to our panelists who come from all across our university for also being here. Today, we're going to review some key content areas to introduce and welcome you to our community and provide you with the tips and resources on how to be a successful graduate student here at Seton Hall. So first, we're going to begin with some introductions. Panelists, I'll call on each of you to please introduce yourself and your department's role in supporting graduate student success. First up is Dr. Kress Cuccia.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Dr. Kress Cuccia. I'm the Associate Provost for Academic and Graduate Affairs here at Seton Hall University. A warm welcome to everyone this evening. The Office of Graduate Affairs helps to spearhead a lot of the recruitment efforts for our graduate programs at the university. In addition, we host the graduate admissions application and provide a lot of logistical support to our faculty and colleagues in the colleges and schools around things like program delivery and student engagement.
Thanks so much, Chris. Next up is Christine Yarwood.
Hi, thanks, Monica. I'm Christine Yarwood. I'm also in the Office of Graduate Affairs. I'm the Graduate Student Success Specialist. So I work on a lot of different opportunities with our graduate students, and we'll be happy to meet everybody this year.
Thanks, Christine. Next up is Maria Barca.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here with you all. My name is Maria Barca, and I am the university's lead instruction librarian. Coming from the library, we provide critical resources to our graduate students, from databases to books to journals to research services. So anytime you need help with your research, we are there for you. And it's great to be here with you all tonight.
Thanks so much, Maria. Next up is Paul Fischer.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Paul Fischer. I'm the Chief Information Officer at the university. Welcome to Seton Hall. We'll go over a little bit later some of the services you can expect from information technology.
Thanks, Paul. Next up is Norma Rubio.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Norma Rubio. I'm the Compliance Manager for the Research Office. As you are coming into this university, I'm sure you will all be very curious and interested in research.
We'll move on to Samira Smith.
My name is Samira Smith, and I'm one of the Associate Directors in Financial Aid, and I handle all of the graduate students, including the online programs. And I will be going over how to finance your education, so I look forward to answering any of your questions.
Thanks so much, Samira. Next up is Kathy Winterfield.
Hi, I'm Kathy Winterfield from the Bursar's office. Some of you might be used to having that at your undergraduate as a student accounts office. We're responsible for your billing and refunds and your tax documents, and I look forward to talking to you later on.
Thanks, Kathy. Next up is Justin Kress.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Justin Kress. I'm the Associate Director at the Career Center, and we support students with their career planning, career guidance, and everything in between and everything that encompasses. So that'll be finding jobs, internships, all that fun stuff.
Awesome. Thanks, Justin. And last but not least, Winston Roberts.
Good evening, all. My name is Winston Roberts. I serve as the Assistant Vice President for Student Services and Dean of Student Engagement. My area includes our student activities, which includes our large and small scale programs on both our South Orange and Nutley campus, as well as our fraternity sorority life, our student government clubs and organizations, which we'll talk about later, our scheduling operations, as well as our new student programming, which includes our Pirate Adventure and orientation programs.
Awesome. Thanks, Winston. So now we're going to start with some questions from the audience. So if you have any questions that you would like to ask, please use the Q&A icon to ask your question. So the first set of questions deals with academics. So overall, graduate students are really excited to begin their academic journey here at Seton Hall. So the first question goes to Kress Cuccia. Chris, can you please provide a brief overview of academic graduate services? Where should graduate students go if they have questions about their academic program or advising?
Thank you, Monica. And again, everyone, thanks so much for being with us this evening and welcome. It really is my pleasure to welcome you this evening. The program really serves as another critical step in your journey as we anticipate the start of classes in just under 2 weeks. I can't believe where summer has gone. So again, thank you all for being with us this evening and for your interest in Seton Hall. To set the stage, each of you is joining a community of 3,500 or so students from across the land and around the globe, representing about 70 countries worldwide. Each has a unique success story. Each is reflecting the mission of the institution, and each is benefiting from Seton Hall's promise of educating professionals with purpose. If you haven't already, I believe that tonight you'll begin to experience the intimacy of our community while learning about so many of the incredible opportunities and support services that await you. In addition, you'll begin to get a sense of the richness of the institution's history, as well as the support of expert faculty and an alumni base of more than 100,000 that's represented in every field and industry and walk of life. It's that support and personalized experience that really is a hallmark of the Seton Hall experience. I'm proud to say that our faculty, the administrators within our colleges and schools, and those offices that are represented here this evening all go above and beyond to serve our students in the best and most comprehensive manner possible. A lot of very important services available to graduate students are represented on this panel. As you heard already, this is a wonderful opportunity to hear from colleagues of mine in financial aid, information technology, university libraries, student services, the Bursar's office, grants and IRB, and career services. And among the most critical academic services, if you will, that are available to graduate students really come in the form of faculty advisement. The faculty is in itself an essential resource for graduate students. For those of you who are pursuing a second graduate degree with us, you know that the dynamic between student and faculty member tends to be vastly different at the graduate level. I can say from my own experience that those differences were reflected in both the nature of engagement with the faculty as well as the level of discourse in graduate classes. Your faculty will serve in a number of roles during your time at Seton Hall, including mentor, guide, consultant, teacher, and even research advisor. Many of you have likely been advised a faculty advisor already, and for those who haven't, you may expect to receive such information prior to your first class with us. It's important that you connect and engage with your faculty advisors as early and as often as possible. The faculty will assist with everything from the selection of courses, the exploration of career opportunities, oftentimes in collaboration with career services, we'll be presenting in a few moments, dissertation and thesis support, and recommendations for future programs or professional pursuits. Worth noting is that delivery of academic advisement varies very much from college to college, and even from department to department within a college or school. That's why I always recommend to new graduate students that they remain in close contact with their academic department, who will be able to direct them to the appropriate resources internally. In terms of additional support services that are also more academic in nature, I would briefly make reference to critical services such as the Academic Resource Center, or ARC, as we call it, the Writing Center, and certainly university libraries, again, who'll be presenting this evening. You'll hear more about all of these services in a few minutes, and really suffice it to say, the Academic Resource Center can assist graduate students with critical components of graduate life, such as time management, work-life balance, and test-taking strategies. Effective writing skills and the ability to convey ideas in research and writing are essential parts of any graduate experience, and that's where the Writing Center at Seton Hall really excels, because they provide both synchronous and asynchronous tutoring writing center services, and university libraries, which offer subject librarians and research support, among other services that can be extraordinarily beneficial to graduate students. Scholar study rooms are also available to graduate students as a quiet place to conduct research and complete assignments. In addition, lest you think that this is the only of our academic orientations, there are opportunities for each and every one of you to further acclimate with colleagues and classmates in the various colleges and schools via upcoming academic orientation sessions. These are opportunities to engage with deans, and program directors in the various academic units who will share with you details on courses, faculty, research opportunities, and milestones like thesis or dissertation requirements, discussion of registration procedures in the academic calendar, and the chance to meet key faculty members, academic advisors, and administrative staff who will support you throughout your program. Now, with that, I'd like to turn it over to my colleague, Christine Yarwood, who will talk a little bit more about engagement opportunities for graduate students.
Great, thanks so much, Kress. And again, my name is Christine Yarwood. I'm from the Office of Graduate Affairs, and we really want to make sure that you know that throughout your journey here with us, the university offers a lot of diverse and meaningful opportunities for you to make the most of your academic journey, from personal growth to professional development. And it's really important that you engage in this process to make the fullest out of your time with us. And we do that in a variety of ways, and specifically through the Office of Graduate Affairs. We offer this in a variety of areas through community learning, professional development, and as Chris noted, the university offers a ton of resources. Some of the community opportunities that you can look forward to are graduate student wine and cheese at our premier tree lighting event, different opportunities to join in sporting events. We also host a graduate appreciation week. There's a lot of fun things that our specific office offers, along with different university opportunities as well. We work really hard to offer some additional professional development opportunities through networking. We partner with the Career Center to do a lot of that, which has been great for our grad students. We also focus on some specific learning opportunities. This semester, we're going to be offering a series of virtual lunch and learn opportunities. So continue to be on the lookout for that, in addition to university-wide programming. And Chris touched on the many different resources that you can look forward to from the university, and you're going to hear a lot of our different partners speak to those today. In addition to engaging, we're hoping that you connect with us through a variety of different mechanisms to keep abreast of what's going on. And one of the great first important ways that we hope that you'll connect with us is our Welcome Week socials. We'll be having social opportunities on the South Orange campus and also at our IHS campus. And you can see the dates and information noted on your slides when you can join us. We're hoping that you can stop by. We're really eager to meet everybody. Also, it's important to stay up about information, and we do that in a variety of ways so that you can learn what's going on in addition to your academic classes, but on campus and some of the special offerings that we have. We offer a monthly newsletter that goes out at the last Thursday of every month, so please check your emails and look for that. We also have a Graduate Affairs webpage to stay tuned with, Instagram, and opt into our text messaging. Again, all ways for you to keep in touch with us and learn what's going on, and hopefully that you'll take advantage of some of the great opportunities that we are offering our students.
Awesome, thank you so. Oh, go ahead.
Just one more. Oh, that's okay.
Sorry.
And then lastly, our partnerships across campus and with our continuing education program, we offer an exciting opportunity to take advantage of more value-added opportunities with hallmark courses through our professional development center, where you have free opportunities to have special certificate courses that you can take advantage of to further broaden the learning opportunity here at the university. They are in a variety of topic areas, from leadership to AI to digital content creation, innovation and design thinking, personal finances. So it's really something to help kind of further out your learning here with the university. And again, as graduate students, these are free of charge to you. There's information with the URL that you see in the presentation, so you can learn more about that. And also very exciting, there's some global immersion opportunities for grad students now, where you can take advantage of travel and learning opportunities through the university. So really strongly suggest that you check out these opportunities to, again, enhance your current programs. So with that, I'd like to say thank you and good luck to everybody as you join us this semester.
Thank you so much, Chris and Christine. So next we're going to move to academic support. Many of our graduate students ask about academic support specifically from the library. So the next question goes to Maria. Maria, what resources and services do the libraries provide to support graduate students during their time at Seton Hall?
Yeah, thank you so much for that question. The libraries have multiple areas of support for our graduate students. I'll cover as many as I can here, and if you ever have any questions, you can always contact us, and our contact information will be on the slides. So first, we're going to start with the Walsh Library on the South Orange campus. Visit us online at www.library.shu.edu. This is really the place to go for information on our daily hours and to access many of our online resources. For example, we have over 600 databases that we subscribe to, as well as thousands of print and ebooks. So whether you're on campus or off campus, we have resources that you can use. We also have research guides for every graduate program, basically web pages that are tailored to your graduate program with resources and tips. As well, we offer individual research or citation appointments. So if you want to sit down one-on-one with a librarian and get research help or get citation help, you can absolutely do that. If you're interested in our research support, we offer them both in person or on Teams. So again, if you happen to be an asynchronous student and you're off campus, we can absolutely accommodate that. Research Data Services is a department that is also housed out of the library, where we offer workshops, appointments, and help with data software. So if you are working on research, maybe for a dissertation or a thesis, you can contact Research Data Services and they can help you with your statistics, for example. If you have any questions for us, you can email us at ask@shu.libanswers.com. Your question will get kicked to all the librarians and somebody can help you out. You can also access our databases and research guides anytime, anywhere. You don't have to be on campus in order to access our online resources. We also have an Ask a Librarian live chat support on the homepage. If you go to our homepage, you'll see a Chat with Us widget on the front page, and you can click on that. And when the chat hours are available, Monday through Thursday, 11 to 4, you can chat with a librarian in real time and get immediate help. And of course, many of you will be working on dissertations or theses, and we provide support for those as well, as your dissertation or thesis will ultimately be submitted to the library. And so we can help you in those areas too. If you are physically on campus, we have plenty of different areas for you to use, such as quiet study areas, study rooms if there are 2 or more of you who want to work together, as well as access to computers, Wi-Fi, and of course, the library staff that are here to help you. We also have access to our prayer room, our wellness room, and our lactation room. And on the first floor of the library, we have our special collections, our archives, and our gallery. I highly recommend you check those out. And of course, we have our Dunkin' Donuts on site if you ever need a little pick-me-up, and a 24/7 study space. Shifting now to our IHS library on our Nutley campus. This is home to the library, the home library of the School of Health and Medical Sciences and the College of Nursing. If you are physically on campus, you'll have access to study carrels and printing services, as well as a really nicely curated print reference collection. If you go to this library, you're not going to find stacks upon stacks of books, but instead that nicely curated print reference collection. We also have access to 20 study rooms, but you can book 7 days in advance, as well as a really beautiful, large, quiet study space. And we also offer book delivery there. So if there are any books at South Orange that you're interested in obtaining at IHS, we can arrange that. The campus at IHS has access to all of the online resources that we have access to at South Orange. This includes our 600 databases and all of our ebooks. But we also have resources that are tailored to our School of Health and Medical Sciences and our nursing students, including CINAHL, the Cochrane Library, Bates's Visual Guide, and F.A. Davis PT Collection, just to name a few. Our consultations at IHS are also held in person or via Teams, so we can accommodate you no matter where you are. And at IHS, you also have access to our data services department and dissertation support. And this is just a picture of the IHS Library Common area. It is used very readily by our students. They really love the space, and it's a fantastic space to be in, very collaborative. And finally, you can always get support with the libraries by contacting your subject librarian. We have librarians that are dedicated to your area of study. And so if you're interested in getting in contact with that person, you can email us again at ask@shu.libanswers.com. Let us know that you're a new graduate student, and we can set you up with the right person to answer all of your questions. And of course, connect with us on social media. We are on Instagram, Twitter, and on Facebook. You can keep up to date with any updates that we might have, events that we're holding, and anything else you might need to know. So thank you so much for being here tonight and for that question. And I look forward to answering any other questions you guys might have.
Thank you so much, Maria. So the next question is for Paul Fischer. Another question that we get is regarding academic support in terms of technology. So Paul, can you explain the various technology classroom support available for our graduate students?
Sure. Thanks, Monica. Thank you for having me tonight. Hopefully you'll be well educated in some of the services and software and other tools that you get to utilize as a student at Seton Hall. I think the first thing to sort of understand is we refer to our suite of services as PirateNet on campus. You've probably heard this term a lot just in your journey to apply to the university, get accepted, and do the things that you need to do. But PirateNet is defined really as every service that we offer to the university, and then it's made up of a bunch of things that people get to use. But this is where you'll land. You'll start your journey with technology at www.shu.edu. Click PirateNet on the top. You'll log in, and you'll land in what I refer to sort of as the dashboard. And it's the screenshot is on your screen. It is filled with dozens and dozens, hundreds actually, of applications that are available to certain people depending on who you are on the campus. So students see some applications, employees see different applications, et cetera. But this is ultimately your launching spot for the university if you need to register for classes, pay your bill, access courses, things like that. You'll very quickly get acclimated to what app you need to go in to do what as you go through it. We have three sort of online learning platforms at the university. So whether you are in a fully online course or you are in a hybrid class or you're in a face-to-face class, about 90% of our faculty use our online learning platforms to sort of enhance the education or deliver it entirely, depending on the program that you're in. So Microsoft Teams, it's the platform that we're in today. That is the platform that we use at the university, both from a collaboration and meeting perspective, like we're doing tonight. But a course shell, a Microsoft Team gets created for every course that's offered at the university, and the faculty member has a choice whether they want to use Teams or whether they want to use Canvas. Canvas, many people are familiar with Canvas either from your undergraduate experience or other experiences that you might have in professional studies. That is the university's main learning management platform. It too gets a course shell for every course offered at the university. So faculty sort of get to choose either using one platform, the other, or a mix of both. And they'll explain that to you in your first class, where they expect you really to interact with content and them and other people. Each platform has its advantages to what the faculty member might be doing. Echo 360 is a lecture capture. Many of our faculty take advantage of recording lectures or recording introductions that students get to sort of consume on their own time. You know, the real value for you in your experience here is spending time with a faculty member. So if there's things that we can get you to do on your own to sort of listen to a lecture and then come in and do more engaging activities with a faculty member, again, whether it's face-to-face or online entirely, we feel like that's a better way to get you to your learning objectives in the course. So Equa 360 is a way that happens. Sometimes it's recorded live, sometimes it's recorded in advance. We do use some online exam software, depending on the program that you're in. If you're in one of the programs down in the Nutley campus at the Interprofessional Health Sciences campus, you may use a tool called ExamSoft. HonorLock is another example. It is really an academic integrity tool to ensure that students are really using only the resources that the faculty member allows. If your faculty member chooses to use this software, they'll explain it to you. They'll also explain why. You know, many people say, oh, you know, why are you using a tool like this to make sure you know, we're not using resources that we shouldn't in an exam. And at the end of the day, it's to ensure the integrity of the program, which translates directly to the value of the degree. So we want to make sure that we have the greatest integrity from an online perspective that we can. Again, your faculty member will explain all that. Feel free to ask them questions if you have really questions about it. But we've been using it for many years. All students are eligible to download the Microsoft Office suite on up to 5 devices, including mobile devices. We are a Microsoft Campus shop, so from an email perspective, you all, if you don't have it already, will get a Seton Hall email address. It'll be your first name dot your last name at student.shu.edu. It could vary, right? Robert Smith might have Robert Smith 1 or 12 or what have you. But as a part of that, you get access to Teams, Outlook, Microsoft Word, Excel, a myriad of other tools that are inside the Microsoft suite. Something that is still sort of new to the campus. It's 3 years old, but we have wide adoption throughout the campus and throughout the curriculum. We partnered with Adobe 3 years ago. We're the first institution in New Jersey to sign up for what they call the Adobe Creative Campus. You have access to Photoshop, the full version of Acrobat, and lots of other tools in the Adobe suite, including Premiere for video editing, Firefly for AI image generation, and things like that. And our website is full of instructions on how you actually get access to these kinds of things. And I'll give you some of those resources at the end. We have lots of training opportunities. Every Monday, you will get what the university calls Inside the Hall. It's a really important email that goes out to everybody on the campus and sort of outlines what's going on campus. Including in that is training opportunities from an IT perspective. We also send out an email every Thursday to identify specifically what's going on in IT. So if you're struggling with either something at the university, to use a tool at the university, or use a tool, any other tool that you might be struggling with in the course of getting your academic work done, we probably have a training session on it. So please take a look there, avail yourself to it, jump in. They're usually only about an hour. All of them are online. Many of them are a mix of both in-person and online, but all of them are online. LinkedIn Learning is another resource that we have. It's an on-demand learning platform that if you particularly have a skill that you want to learn or a tool that you want to learn, the library is extensive. You have access to that as a student. You do that on your own time, on demand. You can also link it to your LinkedIn profile, and anything that you complete in LinkedIn Learning will show up there as a badge. So it's a way to learn. It's a way to showcase your skills and the other things that you're sort of getting as a Seton Hall student. We do use two-factor authentication. Everybody's sort of familiar with this. There's not a bank or even a service at this point where you don't have to put in your phone number and get a text or get a code to your email. We use a product called Duo. It should have prompted you if you've logged in already. If you haven't logged in already, when you get your credentials, you'll be asked to set up your mobile phone as a two-factor authentication. You have two ways to do it. You can get a text message, or you can download the app called Duo, and it'll send you a push, and you just click on the screen, and it sort of lets you in. It's very easy to set up, very easy to use, but ultimately provides the best security for us. Your first point of contact for anything going on from a technology perspective, especially if you're having a problem, is our technology service desk. We have people available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you need to make a phone call, we will also take requests from by getting an email at servicedesk@shu.edu. And that goes for both the South Orange and the Nutley campus. The law school campus has slightly different procedures going on. But these people can help you reset passwords, help you register for classes if you're having an issue, and if they can't help you, they will escalate to the next level technician as we go forward. And again, they're there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week to help you with any technology you might be using at the university. With that, I'll say thank you. If you have any particular questions, please put them in the Q&A. I'm happy to answer any questions as we go.
Thanks so much, Paul. So the next questions have to deal with academic research support for graduate students. So the next question is for Norma and Jose. What are some resources to support academic research conducted by graduate students? And are there tips regarding grants and compliance?
Yes, that's a great question. It's one of the things we're looking to discuss. Thank you, Dr. Burnett. I guess I'll introduce myself. I'm Jose Lopez. Here at the university, I have a few functions, and one of my functions is the Director of Grants and Sponsored Research. And what we have is an Office of Grants and Research Services, and what our office does is it helps and effectively everybody. We work with faculty mostly, but we also work with graduate students and undergraduate students on helping them find funding for whatever research they're looking to do or scholarship that they're looking to do. So our mission, as I was saying, in the Office of Grants and Research Services, is to help all our learning community do research and scholarly work. So a few things about the university that you might not be fully aware of is that we're a Research 2 university. This is a designation given by the Carnegie Foundation, but it's also a designation by the federal government that recognizes universities that have high research activity. So we're one of about 139 universities across the U.S. that has this status. Due to this, we have not a huge staff, but nonetheless a staff that includes 5 of us. Dean Bushman, who is the Associate Provost for Research and Innovation, and also the Dean of the University Libraries, heads our area, which is located in the Office of the Provost. Then, as I mentioned earlier, I direct day-to-day operations in the office. And then Norma Rubio, who you'll meet in a few minutes, is our compliance manager and our grant specialist. And then what we also do, as you're probably noticing, because of the research, there's an infrastructure that needs to be maintained by the university. So we also maintain the environmental and safety aspects of the university, which includes laboratories, includes classrooms, includes all sorts of things that you wouldn't think about, like smoke alarms and how do you get rid of things. That all falls under what we do. And then we also have Maria Alonso, who's our secretary. So more directly, if you're coming in and you're working on your master's degree or you're working on a doctoral degree, you might be looking for funding. And there are various opportunities. One of the opportunities is internal funding. So some departments and some areas of the university have offer what are called TA-ships or teaching assistantships. These are awarded usually directly by the academic department, and the responsibilities sort of vary. In some departments, it could be helping teach a course with working in conjunction with a faculty member. In other departments, it could be running a course by yourself, like a laboratory course, an undergraduate laboratory course, or it could be running a recitation for homework assignments. There's different things. So those vary, and depending on the area of study that you're in. But that's one place where you might want to look initially for support. And TA-ships usually offer some sort of a graduate, some sort of a salary, and in some cases they also offer a tuition remission. The other opportunities you might look internally is we have various faculty that are engaged in research, and they have funding, direct funding. So those are what we call research assistantships, RA-ships. And usually those are from external funding. There's different ways that that the university acquires funding directly from the federal government in some cases, from some government agencies like the National Institute of Health or the National Science Foundation. There's all sorts of opportunities there. And that is usually funding that comes to the university, that we have a faculty member who runs that particular research area and engages with graduate students. And graduate students work in that specific research area, and they use the research that they're doing as part of their theses or dissertation work. So that's one opportunity. The other opportunity are direct funding that comes to you in the form of a fellowship, and that is usually could come externally. So those could be funded by the U.S. government. In many cases, we have funding that comes directly from the state of New Jersey. In some cases, that funding is, of course, restricted to residents of New Jersey, but in some cases, it's not. Some examples of fellowships, well-known ones are, for example, if you're in the sciences or the National Science Foundation Graduate Fellowship Program. The Department of Energy has similar fellowships also. And there's also fellowships from other agencies of the government. For example, the Smithsonian Institute has different fellowships. And these fellowships are paid fellowships. In some cases, the work that you're doing can be done directly at here at the university. In other cases, you might spend a period of time working at the Smithsonian, or you might spend a period of time working at a Department of Energy National Lab, or Department of Defense National Lab, or Department of Justice, or different areas. So they're very good things to look at directly as you consider your research, because not only are you able to do research from it, you'll also gain experience working in the real world, that in some cases in national labs or federal agencies, or even state agencies, or in some cases, there are also foundations and companies that fund graduate students directly. They provide what are sort of like internships, but they're higher level in the sense that you will receive funding. For example, one example is the Ford Foundation, which is from the Ford company, from the Ford Automotives, and they provide direct funding for you to do graduate research. And then in many cases, they also provide internship opportunities to spend, for example, part of your summer working there. Microsoft has PhD fellowships. There's other programs that are called the GEM fellowships that are consortia of different companies that put in money. There's one that, for example, focuses on microchips and semiconductors. So there's many sort of opportunities there that you should consider. We have on our webpage a listing of these opportunities. So if you go to shu.edu/grants-research-services, or just in the search put OGRS, you'll find these opportunities that are available. So now I'd like to pass it over to my colleague Norma Rubio to talk about compliance.
Welcome, everyone. So this topic refers to compliance in research. As Dr. Jose Lopez stated, you as a graduate student can get many opportunities to work with researchers. Why compliance? Well, there are different factors, but let's start for saying, what is research compliance? Well, it's a reference to the laws, regulations, institutional policies governing research activities. It makes sure that the research is conducted ethically, responsible, and in accordance with established standards, protecting both the integrity of the research and the well-being of participants. So why is this so important? Because if we maintain the research activity, we creating and promoting the trustworthiness and validity of research findings. We upholding the scientific credibility, and obviously we avoid legal and financial penalties. So the compliance, the research compliance is a vast area with a lot of topics, but we will specifically talk today of the most important ones that we have at Seton Hall University. So most of you will probably need an IRB when you are doing your project, whether because it's part of your thesis dissertation or your thesis, or because you are involving a project. So at Seton Hall University, the committee is regulated by federal regulations, state laws, and an institutional policy that reviews research involving human subjects to ensure the ethical and equitable treatment of those subjects. Inclusion and exclusion criteria also need to be adequate. So there are 4 relevant topics in IRB. The selection of subjects is equitable. For that, you are not putting barriers when you shouldn't put for some of the participants. Inclusion or exclusion criteria are adequate and goes in line with your research project. The research purpose and setting are appropriate, meaning the risks are minimal, you are not putting anybody in danger, and you're making sure that they are well informed of what's the research project, what is expected, what will be the things that you will follow up with, and if any, and you will have to have in your application a consent agreement that the person must be aware what is the project, what are the risks, an assessment, and will have to sign. It's very important. The IRB is federal regulated. Most of the compliance are federal regulated, and that's where we follow through. So in Seton Hall, we have in the same website for research, there is the compliance module there, and you will have all the information there, how to submit, what can you do, the training that you need to go into research, and what is that you need to be aware of that. So Seton Hall uses what is called the CITI program. The CITI program will train you in the modules that they are necessary according to your area of study or your research. The IRB committee meets monthly from September to June. They are not, the full schedule is listed in the website. They don't meet during the summer. However, that doesn't mean that you cannot reach out to us. You can reach out to us at any point in time because you may be in a need to submit something. So we will be able to help you. All forms are available right now on the website. We will also talk about the other compliance very quickly. We do have the Institutional Animal Care and Use Committee, and the chair of that is Dr. Suli Chiang. They also have a web page where you can see all the requirements for IACOC when you are doing research with animals. Seton Hall has the infrastructure for that. It's only for rodents, meaning mice and rats. Conflict of interest, and all of these programs, you do have different modules with the CITI software that is in the website. And you as a student of Seton Hall University have access to that. You just have to register, and if you have any questions, any problems, please contact us. The conflict of interest is also part of the financial conflict of interest. So that it goes almost with every project and research. We got to make sure that you are not being an investor in a company, or your family is investing in a company and you are accepting a contract to do a project with it, or your faculty member is doing that, or your mentor. So all of those things, they have to be exposed and properly documented. We do have what is called also misconduct in research. So we got to make sure that the research is valid, that you're using data that is proper and correct. That's why we have the library services, to make sure that things are done correctly. For all of those compliant modules, we do have the city program and with the different courses that you have to take. And we also have the future process is that we are trying to put in the system that we use for the management of the different research areas. It's called Cayuse. So we are trying to launch it during the fall, and hopefully we will be able to do that. If you have any questions regarding the IRB, you can email us irb@shu.edu. If you have questions about research or any questions related to compliance on research, grants office at shu.edu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Norma and Jose. So next, we're going to move on to financial support. Some of our graduate students are concerned about the financial aid process. So the first question goes to Samira. What is the typical financial aid experience or process for graduate students, and what are the requirements to receive financial aid?
All right, so what I'm going to talk about is how to finance your education. So the first thing you will need to do is to fill out a FAFSA. Typically, I know students, that's the first place they will start because that's what you did if you took out any financial aid during your undergrad degree. So you would just go to studentaid.gov. Just know if this is your first time applying at FAFSA, you will need to create an ID in order to complete the application. And this is filled out every year. Typically, it's available around December. We don't have a deadline for graduate students, only because graduate students are not eligible for any grants. And just make sure that you indicate our school code when completing the application. Now, when you fill out the application, all graduate students will be offered an unsubsidized loan, which will be $20,500. The unsubsidized loan means that it accrues interest while the student is in school. Also, I want you to keep in mind that the government has set an aggregate loan limit, which is $138,500. What that means is that between your undergrad and graduate program, the government is only awarding up to $138,500. Now you can see how much you have already been given if you go to studentaid.gov. Also, there is a 6 months grace period. So I know that you're starting your graduate program. If you took 6 months or if you took a year in between undergrad and grad, please know that you have already used the 6 months. So once you are done with grad school, you might start going into repayment. Since the federal loan, the unsubsidized, is a federal loan, the government does take out a fee of 1.057%, and there is the interest of 7.94. So the origination fee means you're getting $20,500 for the year, and it breaks down to $10,250 each semester. So even though you have $10,250 each semester, the government is only giving the school $10,142. So I just want you to keep that in mind. If this is your first time taking out a loan, the government requires every student to complete a loan entrance counseling and a master promissory note, which both can be completed at the studentaid.gov website. Now, if the unsubsidized loan is not enough to cover your balance, then you can also apply for a federal Grad Plus loan, which means the loan will be in the student's name. That's also applied at studentaid.gov. In order to have this loan, you must have a FAFSA on file. When completing the application, you can decide whether you want to have this loan deferred while you are in school. The repayment is over 10 years. However, you can reach out to the loan servicer to have that extended. As I mentioned before, there is an origination fee for the Grad Plus loan, which is 4.228%. So when you are applying for the loan, please keep that in mind so that you do not be short. Also, if you're not interested in the Grad Plus loan, we do have another option, which is a private loan if it's not enough to cover your full program. These are all private lenders. For an example, we have Sallie Mae, we have Discover, we have Chase. So if you go to elmselect.com, you can view all of the private lenders that we have. I know some students prefer private lenders over federal, but it's all your personal preference. So you can definitely go to that website and do your research to see which lender is best for you. Also, I want to have you keep in mind that please do not borrow more than you need, because these are loans and you have to pay them back. I know the refund may look good at the time, but just keep in mind that even though you're receiving a refund, that it is coming from a loan. So if you want to view any of your loan history, which includes undergrad, you will go to studentaid.gov and you will see one of the options. If at any point within the semester, if you feel like you need to reduce your loan, say if it's too much, you can fill out a loan adjustment form, and then we'll go ahead and adjust your loan for you. So that's at shu.edu/loan adjustment. Also, we do have something called a graduate merit scholarship. So when you apply to the university, you are automatically considered and you are notified if you are eligible. We review your prior GPA for your undergrad, or if you're coming from another graduate school, as well as all of the degrees you have completed. So if you are awarded, it is between 20 to 25% discount per credit, and the max is 50%. So for an example, if you are registered for 6 credits and it's $300 per credit, then that scholarship will be $1,800. Also, I just want to keep in mind that the scholarship is applied once you are registered. However, if you change your schedule where you increase, I just ask that you allow us time to manually update, because it's not automatically done. Also, the award is eligible for 5 academic years, and you must maintain a 3.0. Also, if you change your major, you will no longer be eligible for that merit scholarship. Also, some programs are not eligible for this scholarship only because some programs already receive a discount on the tuition. This scholarship cannot be combined with other awards. For an example, if you have a grad assistantship, you won't be able to receive the graduate merit scholarship as well. And it's also only applied to the tuition. If you're interested in a graduate assistantship, so it's like the undergrad as a work study job, you will be working on campus. You must be admitted into a program to apply. If you're interested, you would submit an application, upload your resume along with a personal statement. And any potential managers will review your applications. If they're interested, they will contact you for an interview. If you are granted the assistantship, they can cover up to 12 credits per semester. Not saying that all departments will cover 12 credits, but that's the max that they will do. Along with, you'll receive a monthly stipend for working for that department or office. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. We are available. The summer hours will be ending this Friday, so we'll be available next week, Monday through Friday from 8:45 to 4:45. You can email us at financialaid@shu.edu. I do ask that if you do email us, please add your Seton Hall ID number, because it does help with faster response. If you're not able to come into the office because we're located in Bailey, you can always schedule a virtual appointment, and that's at shu.edu/finaid appointment. Thank you, and I look forward to helping you guys out.
Thanks so much, Samira. So in the same way, graduate students are asking about some of the payment services available. So the next question goes to our bursar, Kathy Winterfield. Kathy, what are some services the bursar office provides, and how can graduate students access their payment portal?
Yes, thank you for that question, Monica. The easiest way is to go on to your PirateNet account that Paul Fischer talked about before, and you will be able to go into your university portal right here. You've seen this before, but I just wanted to show you again. And this is the app that you're going to be looking for when you go into the portal. You're going to look at View and Pay My Bill. This is the next screen you'll get to, and there's a little in the corner, it says Continue. You got to say Continue, and you'll go into your payment portal. This is where you'll see how much you owe. You'll see some key information on the left-hand side for some due dates. What I wanted to highlight tonight was if you are going to borrow extra money for living expenses while you're in grad school and you'd like to get a refund, and if you want that to be a faster refund, we ask you to sign up for a direct deposit, and you do that right through your PirateNet portal under View and Pay Your Bill. It's very easy. You have to go through all the authentication, put in your bank account number, and you can save this. You have to agree. And there's your direct deposit setup. You can change this at any time simply. If you don't want to do this, you can wait for a paper check in the mail, but just make sure that your address with us on file is the correct address. Another key item that I wanted to highlight this evening is tuition insurance. This is not run by Seton Hall University, but it is run by someone that we are associated with. And it's very inexpensive. It's only about $200 a semester, depending on what you're registered for. And it will cover you, or it will cover if you have to step out of the semester for some reason, even to take care of a loved one. So sometimes, you're coming to grad school, you're a little bit on the fence, you're not sure if things are exactly the right time. This is a way to protect your investment and not really lose out. So if anybody, if you're really on the fence and don't know what to do, if you're going to come, I suggest that you sign up for the tuition insurance. And you can access this tuition insurance directly through them or right in your payment portal. The first time you sign in, you will be asked if you're interested in this or not, and they will patch you over to their website. Here's some benefits of it. Protects you 100%. It's easily accessed. The one thing you do have to do is it is each semester for any reason that you have to step out. Now here's where we come to where you want to look at your statement and view and pay your bill. You can wait for us to send you a statement online monthly, but if you're changing your classes, if you're adding, deleting, if you're applying for loans and you want to see a new statement, you can always go right on here and click real-time statement, and you can generate this up to the moment of any time you make changes. It's available 24/7. And you can download it to a PDF if you need to share it with somebody else who's helping you with the pay a bill, or if you've got to share that with a loan servicer or something like that. And if you have any questions, we're always here. We sit right next to the financial aid office, so many times you have questions to both offices. You can also email us at bursar@shu.edu. My staff, we monitor this every day. There's at least 6 of us reading this all the time. So that's the preferred method. But if you rather call, you can call the 800 number, and they have a lot of answers for you. If they can't answer your question, they will send it over to us to escalate your issue. I look forward to working with you, and have a great semester.
Thanks so much, Kathy. So now we're going to move along to student services. So some of our graduate students are concerned about career options and services. So the first question goes to Justin. Justin, how can the Career Center best support students who are job searching? Can you talk a little bit more about career fairs, and are there career mentors available?
Helps if I unmute myself. So thank you. Happy to discuss all of that. I'm going to take back control. And so we're moving back to our slides, so I will wait for those to come back. But we have a number of different resources that are available to support students. And one of the things that I think is really important to highlight about our services, we really do tailor them specifically for each student. And we do place a lot of emphasis on helping students and graduate students build career plans that are tailored towards where they want to go and what they want to do. Getting a graduate degree is often a very intentional choice to try and further your career in a specific way. And so part of what we do to start is that each student is going to have a specific individual advisor that is dedicated, that they're going to work with during their entire time here. They can meet with them to get individual support. So if they're looking for specific types of jobs, what can I do during my time as a graduate student to help further my career and get me towards those things? Are there certain skills I need to develop? Are there certain professional associations I want to get connected with? We provide very personalized and specialized career support, and each of us work with specific cohorts to help provide that. We absolutely provide assistance with resumes, cover letters, interviewing, LinkedIn, all of those skills that you can use during your time as a graduate student and then afterwards. And we have a number of digital career resources that are available 24/7, and we are always looking at and adding more. I'm going to review some of them, but there's a lot of things that are specifically designed to help support graduate students. As Christine Yarwood mentioned earlier, we do a lot of collaborative programs. We have 2 lunch and learn scheduled for the fall. We also have an interviewing program with some alumni and some employer partners. So we have a lot of great events that are specifically designed to help you with how to leverage your graduate degree throughout your career and build that foundation that's going to help you be successful. We have a major career fair in the fall, and we do 3 industry-specific career fairs in the spring. We also do a number of different panels and events. You'll see some examples on the next slide, but we do networking events like the Financial Networking Forum. We have a Marketing, Sports, and Media and Communication Networking Forum. We do a Health Expo every year. We do a number of guest speaker events with major companies and organizations. We are also part of the Big East Consortium, so that gives you a lot of opportunities to build those connections to the spaces where you want to be and get some of those opportunities to help start to build those relationships and leverage them to help you further your career and achieve those career goals. You can see our fall career fair will be on September 26th. Hopefully we'll see everybody there. I think Wednesday, 26th. Now I'm doubting the date. Yeah, September 24th. Excuse me. That's the Wednesday. The Finance Networking Forum is there, and you can see our full slate of fall dates. Some of them are TBD as we finalize the dates with the rooms, but there are a number of fantastic opportunities that are designed to help students in all industries and all spaces to try and make those connections and start building those partnerships, both as potential mentors, but also to leading to some of those jobs, internships, building those pipelines and pathways to those places where they'd like to be. 1220 is our online career management platform that we offer to students. So that's going to have any job or internship that we're aware of. It's going to have all of our events, and there's also mentorship capabilities through that site. So that's one of the first things I'd recommend students do when they get on campus. You should have an app for that in PirateNet. Click on there, set up your account, and get started there. We have a number of employer partners. We work very closely with faculty. We also have Pirate's Closet, which is a great program where if you need a tire because you don't have access to it, you can come in and get something to help you make the impression that you want. We have a number of LinkedIn groups that one LinkedIn group that we manage. We partner with a number of alumni for different programs. So certainly there are ways to build those connections and start forming those relationships. As I mentioned, we have a number of online resources also. We have Big Interview, which is an interviewing platform. We have VMOC, which is a resume platform. All of these can be accessed through PirateNet, so I do encourage you to start using those and taking advantage of them. We also have a really cool interview prep software called Virtual Speech, where you can come in, it's an Oculus headset, and you do an AI-based interview that will give you feedback on how is your interviewing, what works, what doesn't work, what's your body language. So there's a lot of tools to help you really start making the impression that you want and to make sure that you have the professional methods that you want to help you achieve those career goals. If you have any questions, you can always email me at tccpirates, but really do come in, get connected with us, and we are happy to help you get started. And I will pass it forward now. Thank you.
Thanks so much, Justin. That was great. So as we think about the fall, some of our graduate students are asking about student engagement and other support resources and opportunities. So the next question is for Winston. Winston, as a graduate student, what extracurricular extracurricular activities and clubs are there, and how can graduate students get involved?
Okay, well, good evening again. My name is Winston Roberts. There are many opportunities that we hope our graduate students engage in as they come here to Seton Hall University. Back to our conversation about our graduate student opportunities within our student engagement. As we've noted, we have two of our main locations, South Orange campus, as well as our campus over at IHS, in which we have one of our satellite offices that engages in much of our student activities. So many of the things that you'll see that occur on our South Orange campus, we will attempt to recreate in some way that is appropriate for our IHS campus there in Nutley. Just to show you our team, we have a number of professionals that are geared towards assisting and creating premier student experiences on our campus for both our undergraduate, graduate students, as well as our campus community at large. One of the things that you'll see come out of our area, our student activities board, who will typically put together many of our large scale programs that you'll see, and I'll talk to momentarily, but also still engagement in our fraternity and sorority life on our campus, which is open to graduate students, as we do have some grad chapters in some of our organizations, as well as little things that you'll see pop up on campus. So even if you're here, whether it be in the evening, whether it be in the middle of the day, we'll have a number of things that we'll have our students be able to engage and assist and be a part of, so that even in your graduate student years, you're still able to find a home here at Seton Hall University. We have a number of signature events, which I'll go into momentarily, but we do have over 100 clubs and organizations that even as grad students that you can participate in. And to be honest with you, it can be a great opportunity to help mentor some of our undergraduate students who are now going through their own leadership development journeys, leading some of these organizations, and can sometimes always need the assistance of somebody who has been through those processes and has seen it and done it on their own. So our graduate students always have the opportunity to provide that kind of support as members in our clubs and organizations. And then lastly there, we also have, outside of the graduate assistantships, you may find opportunity for graduate internships and graduate opportunities in some of our offices, which will get paid as an hourly wage versus what you see in an assistantship. But nonetheless, an opportunity that if you're interested in certain opportunities that may not appear as a graduate assistantship, that you can still engage through the jobs that are provided through our jobs at jobs.shu.edu website. We try to make engagement very easy. All of you will have access as graduate students to our Engage platform. What the Engage platform does is that all of our clubs, organizations, and even some of our partner offices, including offices like the Career Center, will put forth their programs in this platform. Once you're in there, you can curate, you can sign up for, you can RSVP to, and you can also join the mailing list of any of our recognized clubs and organizations so that you can stay informed regarding what they are doing. The Cork app is just a companion app, which allows you to have an app that you can keep your calendar up to date. And if there are events that you want to come to and you sign up for, you can do so through the Cork app. And then you can show those QR codes when you show up to an event, and it will sign you in automatically. So we encourage all of our students, whether you're here on campus every single day or even a couple of days a week, to really engage using our Engage platform so that you can see what's happening on the campus and really stay tied to the community. Some of our signature events, Christmas at the Hall is probably our foremost premier fall event. It is the start of the holiday season here on our campus and the Advent season on our campus. And during Christmas at the Hall, we will light our 60-foot Christmas tree on our campus. It's a great time. All of our community comes and shows out, and everybody gets a blue Santa hat. So it's a great sight to see. So we encourage everybody to participate in those. Our Spring Fling Carnival, where we pretty much turn one of our large parking area into a carnival. We have rides, we have all the carnival foods, all those things. You can come in, and being that you're a student, those things are free of cost. Our Shoe Speak series and Onward concerts allow us to bring artists as well as influential speakers to our campus for our students to participate in, and even sometimes our community members. Most recently for our Shoe Speak series, we have Ross Lynch, who's notable musician and actor. We've had Gaten Matarazzo, Kel Mitchell, Josh Peck, Kiki Palmer, just to name a few. And some of our, obviously our music onward concerts have also brought some of our more popular artists to our campus. So we want to make sure that there's always something to do when you're here on campus. And I know for some of you, for some of the grad students, sometimes your courses may be maybe late at night or in the evening. So there may even be something to do in between those times, or either waiting to go to class or on your way in between. So we try to make sure that there is much to do. Therapy animals is something that pops up on our campus often. Everybody likes the pet of a nice fluffy dog or horse or bunny rabbit, you name it. We have been able to bring these type of events to our campus once again, just provide little breaks throughout the course of the day for our students to engage in. And a lot of these things happen in very easy to access spaces on our campus, such as the campus green, which is right in the center of our campus, or even in our university center, which is also right next to the green. And there are a number of wellness events that will occur throughout the course of the year, once again, to make sure that our campus community has things that they can engage in. We oftentimes do little art events where people can come in, make something, take it back with them, bring it home with them, share with friends and family. So we always like to make sure that, once again, our campus is vibrant and engaging in a number of activities that you can all have fun with, regardless of whether or not you're an undergrad or a graduate student. We also have a very active online platform on our Instagram, Hall Students. And if you ever need to make contact with us, engagement at SHU is the primary way to do so. We also, if you're interested in any of the other opportunities on our campus, whether it be our student activities board, our student government, which our student government engages our undergraduate students, but we also, once again, do encourage our graduate students to come and see how our student government interacts, how they go about their processes, and once again, be there just to support our undergraduate students as they make their way through their journey. But once again, our Hall Students Instagram is where you'll see the majority of our content go out through. A number of the events that we'll do, along with the SAB Instagram, you'll see all of the events that we have on our campus to keep you up to date, let you see what you've missed, and also prepare for the things that you would like to engage and be a part of in the coming weeks as we get closer to the semester. Those first few weeks on our campus are probably some of the most busy regarding our opportunities to really connect with the campus. So if you can be here, come to campus, see what's going on, especially while the weather is still warm, and see all that we have to offer to our engagement. So thank you for your time. If there are questions, please feel free to put those in the Q&A, and I'll do my best to answer those. But thank you again for your time, and I wish you the best of luck as a new Seton Hall Pirate.
Thank you so much, Winston. So thank you, everybody, for also helping out with the chat. I know it's been very active, but if you do have any last-minute questions as we're wrapping up, please feel free to post them. And panelists, if you can, just review the chat just to see if there's anything related to your area and respond. That would be fantastic. So as we're wrapping up, I'd just like to offer this final question to all of our panelists for their perspective. So I'm just going to go around, but we want to have you share just a piece of advice for a graduate student as they prepare. What would you feel would make them very successful as they start their journey here at Seton Hall? So we're going to start first with Kress.
Thanks, Monica. In terms of advice, what comes to mind for me would be, well, a few things. Knowing how intense graduate school can be. I think it's really, really important to focus on self-care, time with friends, family, hobbies, readings, whatever it is that students enjoy doing, but essentially making certain to find time to decompress. In addition, I would say use the opportunity of graduate school to really build your network. I'm still very close friends with folks that I met in graduate school 20 some odd years ago. And it can be enormously beneficial and gratifying from both a personal and a professional perspective. So that would be the advice that I have for everyone this evening. Thanks.
Awesome. Thanks so much. Christine?
Hi, great. Thanks, Monica. I would say kind of try to connect and engage, like I said in my slides, go outside of the classroom and really get a sense of who your peers are, not only in your program, but outside your program, and take advantage of some of these extra opportunities to really become part of our community, because we do offer a lot of exciting things that you can take advantage of.
Awesome. Thanks, Christine. Maria?
I would say don't hesitate to ask for help when you need it. Grad school can be really hard, and I think we all know that. And if you ever find yourself needing some help, whether it be with research or finding resources, the libraries can absolutely help, as well as all of the other areas of the university that you heard about today. So I would say don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything.
Fantastic advice. Norma?
Yeah, I'm sorry, my camera seems not to be working properly. But I will say, don't forget to be yourself. Knowing yourself will help you to make better decisions with your career, relationships, and with the future itself. So keep in mind that and be patient with yourself. Struggles are experience that you will learn knowledge.
Samira?
Hello. So my advice is, of course, through financial aid, I would say, please don't hesitate to come to our office if you're unable to pay your bill. Just don't wait till the last minute, because sometimes at the last minute, we're not able to help you. So if you're able to do that in the beginning, just so that you can focus more on your academics and not have to worry about any finances. So that's the only advice that I have.
Great. Thank you so much, Samira.
Thank you.
Kathy?
I have 2 words of advice. Don't rush through it. Enjoy it. It's very fruitful. Who wins, the tortoise or the hare? We know who that is. And when you're in your class, if you see that something isn't right and that class isn't right for you at that time, make sure you drop early within the first 5 days of add drop so that you're not charged for the class. So make a decision early if you feel like something's wrong about that class. That's it. Good luck.
Thanks, Kathy. Justin?
Thank you. And I think everybody heard about a number of great resources today. And I really would just encourage everybody to be engaged, be proactive, take advantage of those resources, and really kind of build a path that's going to make sense for you, and know that we're all happy and here to support you. And good luck and welcome to Seton Hall.
Thanks, Justin. And Winston?
Just to reiterate much of what we've discussed tonight, you're here, please engage with the campus, come to our events, leave happy, come open-minded, mentor an undergraduate student that you come across, because once again, you've been there, done that. Do your best to make Seton Hall a great place, and we'll do our best to make you feel welcome and enjoy yourself while you're here.
Wonderful. Thank you. And again, thank you everybody for joining us today. So my last bit of advice is just to echo all of our wonderful panelists today. I hope you got the sense of what a caring campus Seton Hall University is. Our focus is really holistic student support. So not just focused on your academics, but really encouraging you to grow and develop socially, emotionally, spiritually as well. So we really want to make sure that we have those opportunities for you. And we also really want to make sure that we create and foster a welcoming, inclusive, supportive campus community for all. So again, welcome to the Pirate family. We are so happy that you will be joining us in a few weeks. If you have any questions at all, the Office of Graduate Affairs is a wonderful resource, as well as the Division of Student Services. And with that, go Pirates.